Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do March to the Avengers Age of Ultron. This video, we're going to discuss and shortly rewind review The Incredible Hulk. Okay guys, welcome back. So, The Incredible Hulk, and we're talking about the second Incredible Hulk, or the second Hulk movie. The first one was directed by Ang Lee. Obviously, Eric Bana starred in that one, Jennifer Connelly. But this one is the Phase 1 Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton, Liv Tyler, and Tim Roth. And a much better movie than its predecessor, obviously. Had some fair success at the box office, didn't blow away any numbers, but it did well. And obviously, this was the movie, I think, where people really started to get fired up. Because let's just jump right to the end, where we see Tony Stark, Iron Man. One of the biggest lines he says in that part is, we're putting together a team. He's talking to the general. And everybody knew exactly what that meant at that point in time, and then things just took off from there. But this movie in and of itself was very good. And the funny thing is that Edward Norton, I like Edward Norton a lot. He's actually one of my favorite actors. He's done some fantastic work. American History X, Rounders, Fight Club, just to name a few. But for some reason, to me, he felt out of place in this movie as the Hulk. I just didn't, it's not that he even performed bad. I thought he performed very well. But there was just something about him that just didn't feel like the Hulk. It just didn't fit for me. That doesn't mean, like I said, doesn't mean I didn't enjoy his performance. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the movie. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I thought the Hulk, the way the Hulk looked, was a superior improvement compared to the first Hulk, which looked like a big neon green monster. And just the villain, Tim Roth, I thought did an excellent job, as I think Blonsky was his name. And, it was a solid movie. Yeah, I think it was probably very underrated. I think it's a lot better than most people give it credit for. And it's a shame that they haven't really made any Hulk movies. Now, that could be changing. As we know, the Hulk obviously grew into a new popularity during the Avengers. In my opinion, and a lot of people agree, a lot of people have said this, at least I've heard a lot of people say this, he stole the show in the Avengers. I mean, there's this one scene after Captain America tells him, and Hulk, smash. And he jumps up and he starts, kicking the shit out of these monsters. And he jumps across to another building and he has one of Chitauri in his hand and he just tosses them through a window. And it's just so funny because he just tosses them like a rag doll. Or who can forget what he did to Loki? So I think the Avengers did something different for him. And honestly, Mark Ruffalo, I just feel a little bit more for his banner than I did for Norton's and I did for Bana's. And I think they could work with a solo Hulk movie going forward. I don't know if they'll do it. There's been rumors that it could be possible because Mark Ruffalo has signed on for an extended contract. He's got a little bit more time in this contract than some of the other characters. We'll see. But The Incredible Hulk was a very good movie. I thought, again, the Hulk looked great. There were some really, really good scenes. And the most important thing in this movie is that we got to see the Hulk, have a nice fight against another enemy, the Abomination, and they went toe-to-toe. The first Hulk movie, it was the Absorbing Man who was his father, and that didn't work out too well. But this one, they shook down Harlem, and the Hulk smash at the end was very epic when he says Hulk smash, and looks like he kind of does that move that he does in Marvel vs. Capcom. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought it was such a good movie, and I'm very sad that they didn't continue from there. Even if they had continued with Norton, I would have been fine with that. And maybe that's one of the reasons they didn't, because Norton decided, hey, it's not for me. And I think Norton kind of maybe feels that way too. I mean, I know there's other things that, went into that, but he's such a good actor. I just kind of see him doing a lot of things other than superhero movies. That's just me. Now, in terms of Avengers Age of Ultron, we're going to see the Hulk throw down with the Hulkbuster, which is what everyone's excited for. And we've already seen some clips of that. It looks very good. We know that the Hulk obviously gets mind controlled by the Scarlet Witch at some point. This is not spoilers. This is very obvious in the trailers. If you put two and two together, You look at his eyes, and you look at the Scarlet Witch's hex power, the color, and I'm, but that's all we've really seen of the Hulk. Every time we see the Hulk, we see him in that scene fighting the Hulkbuster, or in that fight scene. We've seen him very little elsewhere. We've seen Mark Ruffalo's character. We've seen we've seen Bruce Banner throughout the trailer in different areas. But, we've heard so much about Ultron and, of course, Iron Man. And we've heard about the backstory that we're probably going to get with Black Widow. And then the rumor of Black Widow and Bruce Banner romance. But we haven't heard too much centering around Bruce Banner. And, wouldn't it be crazy if that scene where he fights the Hulkbuster, the reason we don't see him much beyond that is because that's the scene where they send him out to space? No, let me not get crazy. That would be cool. Planet Hulk, right? So, but yeah, the Hulk is such an interesting character, and it's amazing at least from what I've seen, how much he's transitioned in popularity from the first two Hulk movies then to the Avengers. Because I think now there's just a different, maybe it's because seeing such a raging monster able to team up with other people and how much of a difference he makes in a fight. I mean, let's face it, man, he did some work in the Avengers. I mean, he took down those big armored slug flying monsters, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And, the Hulk is just such a cool character. I really hope they make some solo films for him. The movie in and of itself, like I said, I really enjoyed it from beginning to finish. I do think Norton did a great job. It was hard for me to picture him in that role. But that didn't ruin the experience. I thought from the moment it started to the moment it got to the end, it was really good. I especially liked the part early in the movie after they went after him the first time and he took off. The next day he's in like no clothes almost. He's walking and they play the old Hulk music from the TV show. I thought that was really sweet. That was really cool. I even didn't know that, the few times that Hulk in the movie spoke or roared, it was actually Lou Ferrigno that did that. And we also know that obviously Lou Ferrigno had a cameo in the movie and he got bribed with some pizza, so that was really fun. And it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's not obviously super spectacular, but there was some cool things, man. That scene in the university in the courtyard with the tanks and all that was great. The end fighting scene was phenomenal. And like I said, a lot of good actors putting on some good performances. I love Tim Roth in the movie. He was great. I think he's a good actor overall anyway. And he's just a villain. He's another one of those actors that just does a villain well. I always see Norton kind of like that too, but Norton has, he can go back and forth. Liv Tyler, obviously very solid. So, it was a good second movie to the phase one. But I think the problem with this movie is that it followed up Iron Man, and Iron Man was so groundbreaking at that time, and so many people were like, Iron Man, that the Hulk was almost, I don't want to say a letdown, but it was almost toned down in comparison. But if you sit back now and watch these two movies, the Hulk to me has more action than Iron Man does. It doesn't mean it's better, but it has more action. There's to me just as much substance in the Hulk as there is in Iron Man, but Robert Downey Jr. took Iron Man by storm. He took the character. So I think if Hulk maybe had come out first, I'm not saying it would have had the success of Iron Man. Iron Man still would have had more success. But I think if the Hulk came out first, it might have fared a little bit better. It might have maybe, had a little bit more popularity. Maybe we would have gotten a second movie. But overall, I thought the Hulk was great. I'm looking forward to seeing the Hulk in this movie. I want to see just how deep they're going to go with him. One of the things that Joss Whedon spoke about was going very deep with the characters, and I haven't really gotten an indication of where he's going to go with the Hulk / Bruce Banner, but I'm looking forward to that. And of course, who's not looking forward to your Hulkbuster and the Hulk going down, that big showdown. That's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we're 8 weeks away, or 50 days, some people say, I say 8 weeks because I'm counting Wednesday, but it's more than 8 weeks by a couple of days. And it's just gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. So March of the Avengers continues next week, where we will continue going over the phase 1 movies into the phase 2 movies, leading right into Avengers Age of Ultron. How do you feel about the Hulk? Do you want to see more Hulk movies? Would you like to see a Planet Hulk? Which I've been reading, which is really cool. And how did you feel about The Incredible Hulk starring Edward Norton? Did you like that movie? Do you think they should have made a sequel? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N.'s Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.